You have to take a look at this video, especially when the bad guy starts screaming, "He shot my arm off."
A suspect gets more than he bargained for when he attempts to hold up a liquor store where the owner is armed. It happened in Norco, California on July 31st. Officials say 4 masked suspects attempted to rob a liquor store just before 3 o'clock in the morning. The suspects were armed with long guns and had coverings on their faces. Store security footage shows a suspect enter and call for the owner to put his hands up. That's when the owner pulls out a rifle of his own and fires. Security footage outside the store shows a suspect run back to a vehicle yelling, "He shot my arm off." In all the commotion, the getaway driver begins to leave without one of their passengers. The left-behind suspect then jumps into the vehicle and it drives off. Officials say the 4 suspects were later found at a hospital, one who had injuries consistent with a shotgun blast. Authorities say the vehicle used in the getaway was stolen, as were several weapons found inside.
We're going to talk about what this means in just a minute. But before we do, let me remind you, we have a gun giveaway going on. It's happening right now. It's absolutely free, but it ends really soon. All you've got to do is click the link in the description down below to find out which brand new gun you could win. There's so much going on here. First of all, it happened in California. How in the world did a bad guy get an AR-15 assault weapon to come and rob this liquor store, this gas station, convenience store, whatever it is? How did he get his assault weapon in a state that is very clearly controlling those and making sure bad people don't get them? Well, our bad guy comes inside with his AR-15, points it at the shop owner, says, "Don't move, show me your hands." The shop owner says, "I'll show you my hands, but they're going to be full of this shotgun." And he fires a round over the counter past the cash register and hits the bad guy in the arm, who immediately panics, as one would do after getting shot with a shotgun, and starts screaming, "He shot my arm off, he shot my arm off." He runs outside. Check it out. There was other guys coming in with long guns. There was going to be a whole bunch of people robbing this store. And nope, the shop owner was having none of it. And the robbers decided that they didn't want to put up with an old guy who happened to be shooting at them with a shotgun, stopping them from robbing his store. And of course, you know, bad guys aren't smart, so it's a comedy of errors. They almost left one of their guys back. He was running alongside the car trying to get in as they were trying to get out of there, because this guy in his 70s pulled out a shotgun, decided he had had enough and wasn't going to take it. Unfortunately, the shop owner did have a heart attack after the incident, and that's terrible. But on the good side, I'm calling this a story with a happy ending, because he taught those young men a valuable lesson, and it's a painful lesson. And that guy was screaming, as you could hear, "He shot my arm off, he shot my arm off." Looked to me like the arm was still intact, but it was probably pretty messed up, because at that range, even if that guy was using a load of birdshot, that's going to make a horrible mess. One of the instructors over at Gunsight once said that shotgun fights are typically short. Yep, one shot, bad guy is done. He wants to be out of there. He doesn't want to deal with it. So looking this over, wow, lots of stuff to talk about. Again, how in the world did a bad guy get an assault weapon in California? They're illegal. No bad people can have them. And this is a perfect example of a good guy with a gun protecting his life, because we're going to have multiple people coming in this store with guns trying to take everything he has. And probably they might want to kill him. He's not having any of it. He just decides he's going to fight back. This is a perfect example of why responsibly armed Americans need to have firearms, need to have training, and need to know what they can do and when they should do it. In my book, this old guy is a hero, and I want to see more people like him. Want to know when it's legal to draw your gun? Click the video right next to me to reveal a detailed explanation from a former police officer and competitive shooter.